Hello, welcome to Access. I'm Rob, and joining us today is Hollie.
Hey guys!
All the way from London.
Yay.
And Hollie, you finally got to play loads of Dragon Age Inquisition.
It was incredible. Yeah, no, I was in like a dark room for like 3.5 hours, and I got to play loads of it, and it was incredible.
That sounds like your dream afternoon.
Yes, the dark room bit especially.
And you're going to talk us through 8 reasons that we're all going to love Dragon Age Inquisition as much as you do.
Yeah, I got 8 together. I thought 8 was pretty good. There's loads of stuff in that 8, but I thought 8 kind of covered off everything that was awesome.
Cool. So what's the first reason?
Okay, we're going to start with character customization, which, for me, this is the epitome of BioWare games, right? I spend hours making my characters. I get really lost in it.
It's quite important, isn't it, in RPGs? Creating a cool character.
Well, you're going to be that person for, well, I'm playing hundreds of hours, so they need to look really badass, and it's always tempting to make them look like the human blob.
So you've got loads of different classes I just saw there, rogue and mage and...
Yes. So for anyone who plays the BioWare games, I'm really bad because I always play the same character, which is a redhead human rogue.
Have you gone with the same thing here?
Yes. Even though there's a new character class in Dragon Age Inquisition, there's the Qunari can be a class. And I was going to pick it for the sake of this video, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I had to continue to play.
There's the red hair.
There's the red hair, female rogue. But the loads of updates, so this is like...
Oh wow, that's how you do your cheekbones.
This is how you kind of move certain sliders around, so the sliders look really different. There's loads of crazy new stuff, like you can do like how your Adam's apple looks, and even like the inner and outer colour of your iris, and the hair options is still RPG hair options. There's never enough hair options.
My main problem with things like this is I never know what I look like enough. I don't know what my nose looks like from the side. How do you know?
I know I haven't got a very good side profile, so I'm always really conscious when Dave is filming that I never give a side profile. But I get really, this is it. I've started Mass Effect games before and my nose hasn't been quite right, and like an hour and a half in I'm like, nope, got to start again. Got to get my nose right.
You got a scar there.
Always have a scar. Yeah, I always have a scar. My characters are so generic now I think about it.
Scarred human. Bit of blusher.
Yeah, got to highlight the cheekbones.
I really like the graphics on the lips.
You can even change how glossy
they're really
they are.
shiny, aren't they?
You can change that if you don't want lip gloss in the battlefield. You can have less lip gloss. I was really impressed with it. I love character customization is like...
So you were able to tweak your character to a degree that pleased you?
Kind of, because I was really conscious that we had a limited amount of time to play. I decided to just kind of make something very basic, but I would have spent an hour at least, probably, making my character.
So moving on then, what else? What else is brilliant? Tell me.
World map. There's actually a world map. So if you played previous Dragon Age games, some people, I'm a fan of the last one, but some people found them a little claustrophobic.
Yeah, it wasn't as big as Skyrim. That's what I remember thinking.
It wasn't really big at all. It was very much the city. That it was all about the city, and that's kind of where you lived. And you re-explored the same bit quite a few times at different points in the story, because the Dragon Age 2 story was spread over like a number of years. Where this is just ridiculous. This is proper world map stuff. And I was, like I said, I played this particular bit for nearly 2 hours, and I really only scratched the surface. There's like so much there.
So is it completely open then? Are we thinking like Skyrim, you just go anywhere, do anything, or is it divided into hubs? You know, how does the open world
I feel like it's going to be a little bit divided into hubs. So what kind of happens is, this is the hinterlands. So I was at like the table of the Inquisition, and they're like, okay, you need to go to the hinterlands and sort something out. So I selected this from like an options menu, and then I arrived in the hinterlands. But this section is just, it's massive compared to everything.
Massive.
And there's loads of things to do. Like what we're finding here was like a random find in the field. It's like a big glowy thing. Now Dave was quite kind and edited this quite well. I skipped the instructions, and it took me quite a while to figure out what I was meant to do.
Well, you've done it first time, Hollie. Look at this.
Through the magic of Dave's editing, probably, yes. It didn't take me 3.5 minutes in real life. I'm not very good at puzzles.
Oh, so you've got to kind of draw the kind of constellations to unlock stuff.
Yeah, and this is like one of 6 in this map alone. Sorry, I'm in stealth here.
Oh yeah, how's that happen? That's cool.
I was in stealth mode, one of my rogue abilities. And this is the
Look
other...
how far you can see.
This is like weird. This is a giant glowing skull on a stick.
Okay.
And you look through the giant glowing skull. Varric makes some kind of comment about it always being a skull. And you kind of have to try and find these shards. They kind of glow when you get near them. And then you can go off and actually go find them. So if you can see it there in the distance, it's there to be collected.
It does look very, like, it's scratching that itch that I have of really wanting to dive into a massive fantasy world that I haven't been able to do for ages. Certainly not on PS4 yet.
No,
and it looks big and meaty.
But it's got story as well, so there's been plenty of things to do and plenty of guidance. There's been other kind of open world fantasy games that just haven't done it for me because I like a bit of direction. So Dragon Age felt like I knew what I was doing. I got a trophy.
Oh, nice. They are masters of storytelling, aren't they, BioWare? It's going to be a good story. So we've had customization, we've had the world map. What are you going to wow me with next?
Fighting!
Yay!
Yay!
Killing things.
Yeah, hitting people. So the battle system feels like, if you're a big Dragon Age fan, it's going to feel very, very comfortable to what you know, but it's been made very streamlined. So I play this on easy because I'm in it for the story. I've got no time for difficult battles. If you hit the touchpad on your DualShock 4, it goes into this mode. And any Dragon Age fan knows this is like your battle planning mode.
Yeah.
And you can switch between characters and set them up to do different things, which is kind of what I'm doing here.
Oh, I like the smoke.
Smoke's pretty. That was me, I think, going in and out of stealth.
Oh, it's cool. See all these things that look great, and all I'm noticing are these little kind of geeky graphical effects that are on there. Fire looks nice, smoke looks nice, the ice looks nice. So I always found the Dragon Age combat quite action heavy as well. Like when playing as a rogue, I remember I was a rogue in Dragon Age 2, and yeah, you were able to do, it was almost like an action game.
Yeah, and that's how I play it. So I don't tend to do this so much when I'm playing on my own, so I've done this just for you guys. But because I play it on easy.
Tactics, you
Yeah,
mean?
I don't do tactics. Because I play it on easy, I play it like an action game, so I very much go in and just go a little bit nuts. If you hit R3 as well, you can target your kind of nearby enemy, and that can help you with locking on, especially if you want to, as a rogue, you want to get behind them and stab them in the back.
And the party members you've got here, I take it they're all AI controlled and...
They're AI controlled, but at any point you can just hit L1 and you can bring up the wheel where you can do potions, and you can also give them sort of direct orders. Maybe if it's I want you to heal or I want you to attack or defend, you can have full control over them as well.
Cool, so what's next?
Okay, characters, because like the best thing of every sort of BioWare game is about having your party. So we're on the party select screen now.
Can you do sexy times? That's all I want to know.
I hope you can do sexy times, otherwise, well, that's the best bit, really. We didn't get to do any sexy times in the time I was playing, but look, there's Varric.
I remember Varric.
Incredible.
He does look good.
He was so much fun to have in your party.
Look
in
at the
Dragon Age 2.
freckles and the little pock marks on his skin. And
chest hair. He's got chest hair.
And there's you, Hollie.
That's me. I have a badass coat on, which I really like, my badass coat. But yeah, so your character's really great, and for people that probably don't know me that well, because my accent's quite hidden, I'm Welsh, and the elves are Welsh again.
Welsh elves.
Which makes me really happy.
That's cool.
It makes me feel like I'm back home in the mountains with my people. Yeah, so the characters are incredible. I've already had some new characters introduced in the prologue, which we weren't allowed to show because they didn't want any spoilers. So I've seen who I'm hoping is going to be like the main male love interest, because yes.
And you can you've got relationships with each of these characters that you can decide, how they go.
Yeah,
with,
I found Cassandra...
branching conversations and things.
Sorry. I found Cassandra when you're quite sassy.
Yeah.
So there's been a few times where I've given quite sarcastic responses, and you get the little Cassandra approves slightly on the left-hand side. You're like, that's how you like it.
So where are we now then? There's lots of tents and things. Are you making stuff?
Kind of. So this, when you come onto the world map, this is your main Inquisition base camp,
okay.
And you can set more of these up. But here in the camp, we kind of see what I'm doing now is the crafting. So I had to find the requisition first of all, so find the person requesting it. And then I could unlock, and for that one I needed 5 bits of lamb's wool or something, and then I was able to create this tent, and then when I created the tent, it gave me a boost to my Inquisition stats. So there's loads of different other things you can find. And for this one, for potions, there's a potions bench, and you go up to it, and it just automatically restocks your potions.
That's nice.
When you're out on the hinterlands, it's massive, so just having one camp is not enough. So if you're setting up loads of camps, you can keep refreshing your potions quite a lot. But it is the crafting and the potion things have basically just had a massive overhaul. So you're not just finding elf root everywhere and end up with 100 pieces of elf root and nothing else.
Can you make weapons and stuff as well, or is it just potions?
I imagine you can do. I have met the requisitions officer, but I haven't been able to actually try it myself yet. Also, all I made was a tent.
A tent?
I made a tent. So I know we're talking about, I just mentioned, having 1,000 pieces of elf root. But of course the inventory's had a massive overhaul as well. It's so much smoother. I'm a big original Dragon Age player, and that was really confusing.
There's lots of numbers on words on this page.
Yeah, so I'm in the main inventory screen, so every piece of item I've collected is now in this particular section. But basically, if you use the analog stick on the left, you can go up and down this and equip things, and you can check if they're better than what you've currently got equipped. But if you hit up and down on the D-pad, you go through characters.
I see you've got a brilliant staff there.
I do, yeah.
So can you get a rubbish staff as well?
I think that's one you start with, which is basically just a magic twig.
Is it called rubbish staff?
I doubt it's called rubbish staff, but it is just a twig that glows a bit.
I'd like them to be called that. They start off rubbish, average, good, brilliant. And then an amazing staff.
But then what do you do when you get that? You can't go more amazing.
Incredible staff.
Well, where'd you get to?
Legendary staff.
Exotic staff. We're on a different game. Congratulations, we've made it to Destiny. But yeah, there was loads of different things I was picking up. It's just so much simpler and so much easier to use. And also the skill tree had a bit of a workover as well. Very simple to use, very quick to go in. And yes, you can turn helmets off, which if anyone plays RPGs like I do, helmets can be ugly as hell, and you can hide the helmet.
And you just want to see your face, don't you? I guess as well.
Yes,
don't
it's
want a
really
big
important.
Helmet obscuring it.
It's a massive deal for an RPG fan. You don't spend an hour making your character to have their face covered by an ugly helmet. So.
Yeah. If I've spent, time adjusting my earlobes, I want to see my damn earlobes.
Well, exactly. If it's an earlobe slider, it's really important.
Exactly.
So yeah, nice overhaul, very simple. Get in, do what you need to do, get out. It's all there. It's no fuss. I like it.
And so, for you, Hollie, who's played the first 2 Dragon Age games, I guess this feature now that we're seeing is very important for you.
Yeah, and so I'm like 300 hours plus, I think, between the other 2 Dragon Age games, because romancing Alistair time and time again is important to me.
Everyone always mentions Alistair. Who is this man?
Alistair is the world's most perfect man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's wonderful. Rob, have you ever lit the lamppost in winter?
Yes.
Carry on. Anyway, yeah, you can import your world. So, they say the app will be coming out. You can do it on the web. It's also like an Android app as well. It's coming out about a month before launch, so I need to check if it's there. But it's called Dragon Age Keep, and you can go here and answer some questions about your previous game. I'm assuming they're questions. About your previous game, and then kind of rebuild the world.
Okay.
So that things you've done in the past will carry over. So, if you're playing the first Dragon Age, and maybe you end up with Alistair, that'll have a much bigger effect on the world than maybe if you had the elf origin where you couldn't marry Alistair. So if you've had these things and you have spent 300 hours in your game, you kind of want it to carry over to Dragon Age Inquisition.
That is cool. Cool for both old school fans and people who are new to the series as well, I guess.
I hope Alistair's in it.
I'm sure he will be. He sounds like a very important man in your life.
He is. My first true life.
So, but the main thing I'm wondering, Hollie, is what is the Inquisition though?
Inquisition.
Tell me about it.
Really, I don't want to give you any spoilers. Like I said, I've played the prologue, which was like the first hour and a half, that kind of explained why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I really don't want to ruin it for you and give it all away. But you are part of the Inquisition, and what you're trying to do is secure power for the Inquisition within the hinterlands. That's what you're seeing here.
Okay.
So things you do, like setting up new camps, which you've just seen happen, and it's about to happen again, increases that kind of power that the Inquisition has over this area. Maybe taking part in some battles that you might find, or completing quests will all help with your influence. And that's really important to the story. So I had to do certain things in the hinterlands to be able to continue with kind of the story stuff. Which I did, and then I spent like 10 minutes trying to kill sheep.
So you can make tents out of their skin.
Well, yeah, because you got to sleep somewhere. You can't sleep under a sheep.
It's looking very good. It's looking really pretty and big and fantasy-ish, and with beards and swords and sheep.
And it just ticks every kind of box. So if you loved the original Dragon Age, it looks and feels like one of those games. The battle system's really quick. The UI is looking slick, but all the depth is still there if you want it. There's loads to explore. There's loads to see and do. The voice acting's wonderful. The characters I've been introduced to feel memorable, more memorable maybe than previous games. 2 had some good characters, but a lot of it for me felt a bit fluffy. And yeah, oh my god, I'm going to lose my life to this game. And hopefully I'll meet the man of my dreams.
Wow, well everyone I'm sure is really excited now, including me.
Yay!
So make sure you stay tuned, because we're going to have more Dragon Age on the channel coming up.
Yes.
So make sure you subscribe, otherwise you might miss it, and that would be a shame.
No.